today we have an awesome treat. The awesome NFL running back, Mr. Darick Holmes, is here sitting with us. Welcome to the show, Darick.
Thank you for having me.
It's a pleasure. He was drafted by the Buffalo Bills in 1995. He went on to play for the Green Bay Packers, and he left the NFL with the team, the Indianapolis Colts.
Yes, ma'am.
How was that experience for you?
The experience was great. Me ended up being a 7th round draft pick. It was hurtful for me because talent-wise, I was told I was a 1st or 2nd round pick, which I was. But growing up as a youth in my early adult years, I had a checkered background going into the NFL. So
Yes.
teams were scared to draft me, so I pushed them to draft me later, which the Buffalo Bills did in the 7th round of 1995. But it was all from what my upbringing and what I did as a youth that made that the NFL teams didn't really want to mess with me.
Yeah, that background check.
Yes, ma'am.
But God pushed you past the background check and still put you in a position that so many talented, qualified young men from the projects did not have the experience to do. So that's the blessing here. And it's funny because I remember, of course, when you went to the NFL, we were all stoked about it. And we were all surprised too. But you played with some awesome players. You played with Hall of Famers, Jim Kelly, Thurman Thomas, Bruce Smith.
Yeah, I was privileged to play with 3 Hall of Fame quarterbacks: Peyton Manning, Brett Favre, Jim Kelly.
Wow.
You name a couple like Bruce Smith, Thurman Thomas, that's off the Bills. Indianapolis, just my young homie Edgerrin James going to Hall of Fame. He was a guy that I got hurt.
You've made the city of Pasadena very proud. We know that there's a lot of aspiring youth from the projects. I've introduced you to some because your awesome program that you have to help inner city children to try to tap into their natural abilities, because you had a natural ability to play all sports. From my understanding, you played baseball.
But I played baseball. Baseball, I should have stopped. I should have kept playing baseball, but I ended up loving football too.
I know your upbringing. I know where you came from. We actually met in the King Manors, which was now the King Villages, but at that time it was the King Manors. But not having the wherewithal, not being able to live a certain lifestyle. I know you spoke previously of the background, and we know, what that had a lot to do with. How would you encourage these children that aspire to be success stories, that are still living, to make ends meet? Because that was the whole nature of the lifestyle that you came out of. You wanted a better life for your family, for your mom, that's no longer with us. My condolences still to you. But what would you say to encourage these inner city youth today to seek out that dream that they have on the inside that they cannot see it manifesting?
Well, basically, it's great to have a great supporting cast. I mean, I had people around me that pushed me, but to have a supporting cast that's constantly on you about doing the right things, staying away from the wrong people, working out when nobody's watching, doing homework and doing your schoolwork. Because one of my biggest things is like baller and brains.
Yeah.
That means I like kids to be good, but I want you to be good in the classroom also.
Amen.
So if you're accomplishing everything in the classroom, the football part of it or your sports part of it is the easy part.
Yes.
The greatest part about being a student athlete is taking care of the student part of it. And that's one of the things I preach to our kids now is like to be a baller in brains, to graduate early.
I'm glad you mentioned the Pro A program because it is an awesome program. I can't wait for my grandsons to grow old enough. We've discussed that, to be recipients of your program. But you mentioned bringing the kids in and causing the focus on the the literature at the school. Is that something that you learned the hard way?
Yes, yes. With me, I didn't take school. School was never important to me. Um, so nowadays, you gotta let them know early. Actually, you gotta get them like when they toddlers. You know what I'm saying? You gotta let them know that school was the new cool. You know what I mean? It's cool. Like, you know, right when I was growing up, if you was smart, it was like you smart. Like it wasn't cool to be smart. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, with my program, you know what I'm saying, that's one of the things we teach you. Like, you know, it's cool. School was the new cool. It's cool to go to
school.
School
is the new cool.
Yes.
You heard it here first from Mr. Darick Holmes.
Yeah, so we get kids from 6, 7 years old that start in the program. And actually, everybody needs to thank my sons, truthfully, because they wanted to play football. You know what I'm saying? So that's how it all started out.
Little Darick and Darnay.
And my nephew Carl, you know what I'm saying? So they wanted to play football. And that's how the Pro Way program started. By then, wanted to play football, and I'm like, okay, well, I'm the best one to teach you how to play football. That's what you want to do.
Yeah.
Then from there, it started. Their friends wanted to come, and we build and build and build.
Wow.
And it ended up to now where we got 300 plus kids in the program.
Now, is this a nationwide program or? Is
Actually, yeah, we actually got a chapter in South Dakota, a chapter in Texas, Buffalo. And,
all of our South
California.
Dakota, Texas, and Buffalo viewers, look for the Pro Way program to introduce your child that's aspiring to be football. Is it only football?
We favor football, but we do a lot of dynamic stuff for different sports.
Okay.
Yeah.
So look for this program in North Dakota,
South
Dakota,
Texas,
Buffalo, Dallas, Texas,
yeah.
And soon to be in all 50 states.
Yes, ma'am. We want that.
We want that, and it's going to happen in Jesus' name. You just conveyed to us that Pro Way was originated from you just trying to train your own sons, little Darick, DH2,
DH2,
and
right.
Darnay Holmes.
Yes.
And we know that so many youth have benefited off of what you've done with this program. But we also know that Darnay was like the most awesome gift. He's a Bruin, okay? And he graduated high.
2.5 years he graduated.
In 2.5 years with a bachelor's degree. What is his degree in?
African American Studies.
What?
Yeah.
So Darnay has done all these things as a derivative of your ins and outs, your highs and lows, your pros and cons in life, and I'm sure you expressed that. You laid it all on the glass when you went to your children. And I know a lot of things that you endured, they went through it with you. They had the opportunity to witness some of the dark side of your life.
Yes.